Did you know that nearly 60% of the calories Americans eat come from ultra-processed foods? And many of those aren't candy or sodas. They're foods pitched as healthy choices. That statistic alone should make you question every label and every health claim. In this video, we'll expose 10 packaged staples that wear a health halo, but secretly load you up with sugar, refined carbs, and additives. Now, you'll see just how normal it is to eat junk that's disguised as nutrition. Number 1, granola and granola bars. You see oats, nuts, and maybe a drizzle of honey on the wrapper. And it looks like fuel for your day. It feels wholesome, something you'd give your kids or pack for work. But here's the kicker. Some of these bars carry sugar loads equal to candy. The glossy images of grains and seeds don't change what's inside. Granola built its reputation as a clean, earthy breakfast. The idea was simple. Oats, natural sweetness, maybe a nut or two. But the way most companies build it now turns that idea into dessert. Industry shortcuts rely on syrups, chocolate drops, and highly processed binders. That means what started as a breakfast staple spun into a sugar-forward snack you think passes as protein. Research has compared many bars to straight candy, and they stand shoulder to shoulder in sugar and low fiber. You don't bite into steady energy, you bite into a quick spike and the inevitable crash. For anyone monitoring blood sugar, especially older adults, that's not just marketing trickery, it's a health risk hiding in plain sight. Think about it. You thought you bought an energy bar. What you really bought was another way to eat dessert at 10 a.m. Here's the truth. If you want a real boost, swap in plain nuts, fresh fruit, or a bar that lists less than 6 grams of added sugar. The outside packaging screams healthy, but your body feels the crash long before lunch. Number 2, flavored yogurts and parfaits. Yogurt sounds like the definition of healthy eating. Live cultures, calcium, protein. It feels like a gut-friendly choice you can grab without worry. But what if I told you that cup of flavored yogurt or that parfait glass can carry the same sugar as a full chocolate bar? The health halo hides what's really inside. The packaging makes the setup believable. Bright fruit splashes across the label. Words like protein, calcium, and probiotic boost jump out. You picture farm-fresh milk swirled with real strawberries. Then you flip the cup and see the truth. Syrups, sugar concentrates, artificial sweeteners, and coloring agents. The ingredient list reads more like a processed dessert than a simple dairy food. For seniors or anyone keeping a close eye on blood sugar, that's a dangerous disguise. What looks like a friendly snack pushes a quick rush followed by a crash. Instead of balanced fuel, you're left with energy swings that strain your system. And because the sugar load is hidden under fruit and calcium, it's easy to underestimate the impact. Here's the buildup. You think you're getting probiotics and bone support, but you're actually spooning into a sugar trap. The solution doesn't require skipping yogurt altogether. The smarter choice is plain yogurt, whether Greek or regular, with fresh berries or nuts added at home. Bottom line, don't let the parfait glass fool you. It's often dessert in a cup. Number 3, fruit snacks and gummies. You probably tossed a pack of gummy fruit snacks into a lunchbox thinking you were making a healthy call. The bright pieces look harmless, even playful. But here's the truth. When the first ingredient is fruit juice concentrate, what you really have is sugar water cooked down and reshaped into a chew. The box tells a different story. Pictures of apples, grapes, and strawberries stretch across the front. Words like real fruit flavor or made with fruit steal your attention. That setup is designed to make you trust it. But the product inside lost nearly everything that makes actual fruit useful. No fiber, no intact vitamins, just processed sweetness held together with starches and gelatin. Think about the difference. A slice of apple brings crunch, water, natural vitamin C, and fiber that slows down sugar in your blood. A gummy offers none of that, only quick glucose and additives to mimic flavor. For people already managing blood sugar swings, it's not just empty calories. It's a hidden threat disguised as a snack for kids. And here's the kicker. When companies stamp "made with real fruit" across the bag, it sounds like a promise. In practice, it means dried syrup that once touched fruit, stripped of nutrition. Translation, this isn't fruit at all, it's candy. Bottom line, real fruit trumps every gummy bag, every single time. A simple orange or a handful of berries beats candy dressed up as produce any day. Number 4, veggie chips and crisps. You see green or orange chips in a shiny bag claiming made from vegetables. The colors look safe, even healthy. It feels like you're crunching into spinach or carrots. But here's the truth. These are starch-heavy snacks coated with flavoring, not bowls of produce. Walk any health aisle and you'll spot veggie sticks and crisps stacked right beside granola bars. They're positioned to feel like the grown-up version of a potato chip. But when you strip away the graphics of tomatoes and beets on the front, the ingredient list shows the same pattern. Starch powders blended with oil and salt, pressed into a chip shape, and dressed with a pinch of powdered kale for effect. The real vegetable presence is almost microscopic. And here's the kicker. Frying or baking doesn't erase the problem of refined carbs and sodium. Many bags deliver a salt hit that rivals standard chips. That means you're not lowering risk for your heart or blood pressure. You're just eating the same empty base with veggie coloring on top. It's like painting a wall green and claiming you grew a garden. Expectation says, I'm eating a serving of vegetables. Reality says, I'm eating another serving of salt and starch. If you want actual vegetables with crunch, carrot sticks with hummus or sliced peppers beat any bag. Bottom line, branding tricks convince you chips equal vegetables. They don't. Number 5. Dried fruit with added sugar. Plain dried fruit can be a smart snack. The sugar is natural, the nutrients stay intact, and the fiber slows things down. But here's the kicker. Many packs on store shelves aren't plain at all. They're coated in syrup or dusted with sugar to make them look shinier and taste sweeter. Take something like raisins or dried mango. On their own, they already pack plenty of natural sugar. But processing companies boost shelf appeal by glazing them in extra sweeteners. That move transforms a simple fruit into something closer to candy. You grab a bag believing you've bought concentrated nutrition. What you really bought is fruit dressed up for dessert. And the danger hides in the details. Remove the water, shrink the volume, and suddenly a handful looks tiny but delivers the sugar content of half a fruit or more in just a few bites. That's before you even count the added syrup. For anyone managing blood sugar swings, those handfuls hit hard and fast, raising glucose the way candy does. The packaging will sell you on energy boosting. In practice, it fuels short bursts followed by a crash, not steady fuel. Hiking with that mix? You're carrying a disguised candy bag. The safe choice is clear. Look for unsweetened dried fruit and use it sparingly. Bottom line, if the label doesn't say no sugar added, you're holding candy, not fruit. Number 6. Low-fat or fat-free foods. For years you were told low-fat meant healthy. The label felt safe, like a guarantee you were protecting your heart. Supermarket shelves filled with fat-free yogurts, crackers, and frozen desserts sold the idea that cutting fat was the key to better health. But here's the truth. Removing fat rarely makes food better. It usually means companies pump in sugar, starch, or sodium to make up for the lost flavor. That switch does real damage. Fat slows digestion and helps you feel satisfied. When it's stripped out, what's left raises your blood sugar faster and drops you back into hunger sooner. Think about eating low-fat ice cream at night and still craving something an hour later. That's not willpower failing, that's design. Foods that should fuel you end up leaving you hungrier. And here's the kicker. Marketing plays hard on words like light and heart healthy, but most of these products don't help your heart at all. Instead, the constant spikes and dips from added sugars put more stress on your system. For seniors, that means higher risk of unstable blood sugar, and sodium overload isn't kind to blood pressure. This entire illusion shaped decades of diet culture. Generations were told to fear fat, while processed swaps quietly took its place. Bottom line, your body needs healthy fats for steady energy, brain health, and hormone balance. Skip the fat-free promise and focus on real whole foods that carry natural fat in the right form. Number 7. Frozen diet meals. A frozen diet meal looks like the perfect answer. Portion control, calories counted, dinner done in 5 minutes. The box tells you it's lean, light, even smart. But here's the truth. Those meals leave you paying the price in other ways. Look closer and you find numbers that matter far more than calories. Sodium is loaded in to preserve flavor, Refined carbs bulk up the plate instead of real protein. A sauce thick with starch hides the fact that you're getting tiny slivers of vegetables, not the balanced plate you thought you bought. It feels tidy and safe, but the nutrition doesn't hold up. For seniors, that heavy sodium hit isn't just a label detail, it pushes blood pressure higher, raising risk for heart issues that no light branding can erase. And when the protein is weak, you aren't satisfied. You finish the tray, feel full for an hour, and hunger rebounds fast. Portion control? Yes. But actual fuel? Hardly. It's like paying for a ticket to a hearty meal and being handed decorated filler instead. The convenience makes you trust it. The routine of heating one up feels responsible, like you're staying on track. But the reality is processed sauces and fillers that don't match home cooking. Homemade freezer meals, soups, stews, balanced grain bowls, lock in steady nutrition without the salt wall. Bottom line, it isn't diet food if it harms your heart and leaves you hungry. Number 8. Bottled smoothies. You think grabbing a bottled smoothie is the same as blending fresh fruit at home. The bright label shows berries, bananas, and green leaves, so it looks like nutrition in liquid form. But here's the truth. Many of these bottles carry as much sugar as 2 sodas, with almost none of the balance you'd expect from whole fruit. The setup sounds convincing. They're sold as portable vitamins and fiber, the quick answer when you want something fast but guilt-free. Yet the process that makes them shelf-stable works against you. Heavy pasteurization dulls nutrients, while concentrated juices are mixed in to stretch flavor. That mix strips away natural fiber and loads in even more sugar. And here's the kicker. You would never peel and eat 3 mangoes, 2 bananas, and a cup of juice in one sitting. But that's exactly the load a single bottle can pour into your system. It slips down easy, so the huge sugar hit arrives fast. For someone living with diabetes or trying to manage blood sugar, that spike is hidden trouble in a plastic bottle. The fix is simpler than the marketing makes it seem. A blender at home, a handful of spinach, half a banana, and plain water will actually deliver the fiber and vitamins intact. Bottom line, store-bought smoothies trade real nutrition for convenience, leaving you with a liquid sugar bomb instead of balanced fuel. Number 9. Organic snacks. You see the word organic stamped in bold and instantly think safe. The label makes you feel like you're picking the cleaner choice, like guilt doesn't apply. But here's the catch. Sugar, salt, and refined flour don't vanish just because the grains were grown under organic rules. Junk food by any other name is still junk food. Walk down the health aisle and you'll spot organic cookies, chips, and candy bars stacked high. The packaging leans on earthy colors, farm images, and that single word, organic. It's a setup that makes you trust what you're buying. The reality is far less special. These snacks often mirror standard junk food, with calories, fat, and sodium nearly identical to the brands you've always been told to limit. And here's the kicker. That halo effect tricks you into eating more. You grab a second handful because it feels safer, even though the nutrition is the same. For seniors in particular, that habit builds hidden risks. Blood pressure climbs, blood sugar jumps, and those little extras add up over time. Paying more for different packaging doesn't erase the health hit. The truth is simple. Organic is about how crops are grown, not how they fuel your body. Regulations cover pesticides and soil standards, not whether a snack overloads you with sugar or starch. Bottom line, the label may calm your conscience, but it doesn't change the facts. Always check the nutrition panel, organic or not. Number 10. Trail mix with candy. You grab a bag of trail mix expecting a boost from raw nuts. Protein, healthy fats, steady energy. That's the picture you have in mind. But here's the truth. Most commercial bags sneak in candy-coated chocolates, frosted chips, and sugar-dusted fruit. That flips the mix from fuel into dessert in disguise. Trail mix wasn't made this way to start. Its origin was simple. Hikers needed a compact, nutrient-dense snack to carry them up trails and through long hikes. Nuts and dried fruit gave slow, sustained energy. But what fills today's pouches leans closer to a candy jar than a hiking pack. Bright colors from candy pieces dominate the blend and set off sweet cravings more than real hunger relief. And here's the kicker. This snack is easy to overeat. You tell yourself it's healthy, so you grab a few handfuls. but those handfuls double the calories and sugar before you notice. Without the fiber from whole fruit to slow absorption, all that added sugar spikes up blood glucose, then crashes it down. For seniors or anyone watching their weight or blood sugar, it's a real trap hidden behind a friendly label. You picture a mix built on nuts and fruit. But the makeup of many store bags is just sweetened chunks with a few nuts sprinkled in. The fix is clear. Build your own with raw nuts, unsweetened dried fruit, and some seeds. Keep candy out, and the snack finally works the way it was meant to. Bottom line, if your trail mix looks colorful, it's closer to candy than to fuel. Across these 10 foods, the story doesn't change. What looks safe on the package hides sugar, refined carbs, or piles of salt. It feels like health, but it acts like junk. Research in the British Medical Journal links diets high in ultra-processed foods to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, even cancer. That's not a marketing trick. It's a health reality. Here's the truth. Labels mislead. Whole foods don't. If you want protection, choose food as close to its natural form as possible. Subscribe now and I'll show you what to avoid and what's actually safe inside your kitchen.